whatever attack they may be having on the Vice President at the moment, I think kumbaga ilang beses yung balik sa kanila kasi nga yung gravity tsaka yung magnitude ng issue na meron tayo ngayon. So if you're asking me kung ito ba ay tatangkilikin pa ng taong bayan, siguro parang ang attention ang focus ng mga kababayan natin ngayon is really to know the mastermind and the culprits behind the billions of pesos stolen, especially dito sa flood control na scandal na to, at hindi na itong 125 million confidential funds ng ating ikalimang Pangulo. No? Kumbaga parang naumay na sila dito sa issue na to, and I think they want to move on from this issue to the bigger picture, which is of course the flood control scandal, which I believe the President and Malacanang really has a direct handover.
Muli pong umugong Prof, ito pong pagbuhay muli ng impeachment. In fact, naglabas din ng pahayag si Vice President Sara Duterte ukol po dito, at may nabanggit siya as per kino-quote niya itong si Senador Chis Escudero, Congressman Toby Tiangco, na kapalit nga nitong impeachment ay itong budget appropriation po. Ano pong masasabi nyo ukol nga po dito, Prof? Ito ba'y maganda pang hakbang laban sa mga kritiko ni Vice President Sara Duterte or masama sa kanila?
Well, basically, ang katotohanan po nito, yung napipinto na naman na pag-file nila ng impeachment is something that I think the camp of the Vice President is already expecting, and I believe hindi sila titigil dito sa kanilang agenda, basically, to file the impeachment, because the impeachment is the only way by which they could derail the Vice President from eventually becoming the President in 2028. And yun nga, binabalik tanawan ni VP Sara yung nagdaan na impeachment complaint sa kanya, and maliwanag naman, and I think this is already known to the public how it was orchestrated, especially in the lower house. At ito talaga naman kinumpas ni former Speaker Martin Romualdez, at syempre sinang-ayunan ng mayorya ng mga kongresista para ma-file nga ito laban sa ating ikalawang Pangulo. At yun nga, it turned out that there were lapses and there were technical sabihin na nating oversight dito sa pagpa-file ng impeachment. That's why the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the Vice President. But I think it will not stop them from doing the same thing. Although, what I'm seeing right now is that medyo iba yung dynamics, noong 2025 when they filed it, tsaka noong 2024, when they first initiated it, sa ngayon, dahil unang-una, iba na yung leadership dito sa lower house, and then siguro titignan din natin dito yung epekto nung pagkawala at saka pagkakaroon nitong yung pagkakabunyag nitong flood control scandal, because the way I see it, the reason why Martin Romualdez really wanted VP Sara out of the picture is because during that time he was really serious about pursuing a presidential bid. And so lahat ng kanyang kinakailangan gawin para nga masiguro na si Sara mawawala sa landas niya, na directly maaring humadlang sa kanya, ginawa niya. Plus yung fact na talagang kinailangan nilang nakawin yung malaking pondo ng bayan para gagamitin nila talaga ito para sa 2028 election. So I think yung area na yon medyo nawala na ngayon because of the flood control scandal, and maybe this is something na hindi rin na nakita ni Martin Romualdez that eventually happened. And so I think the congressmen right now may be thinking twice or even more before they again sign this petition. Notwithstanding the fact na kagaya nga na binabanggit ni VP Sara that the previous impeachment complaint was actually signed not by virtue of principles but because there was a price, that merong price tag, so dito kitang-kita yung tapang ng ating ikalawang pangulo para talaga sabihin yung mga bagay-bagay na nasa subconscious naman ng maraming Pilipino. And I think right now it's becoming clear to her that the opposition hindi titigil sa kanilang natitintong pag-file na naman ng panibagong impeachment. Most likely, I'm almost 100% that this will happen this February.
Opo. Prof, ito po, kakagatin pa ba ito ng taong bayan? Kumbaga may mga parang kasi kumbaga nitong mga nakalipas na buwan, nang mapag-uusapan ito, ang dami nilang ipinupukol. Or na-establish na ba na ito'y talagang away sa politika, politically motivated, and at the same time, na-establish na ba sa kaisipan ng mga tao, lang yan, hindi na yan para sa bansa natin, kundi ayaw lang talaga ng mga Marcos sa mga Duterte kasi ito yung pangunahing mga kritiko. And kung i-connect din natin sa messaging nila, sa mga sa communications nila na panay-sisi sa mga Duterte, and to the point na once na ito'y ma-establish, ito ba'y magiging masama ang lasa sa kanila sa harap ng taong bayan po?
Well, yun nga kasi, kung titingnan po natin, ibang-iba yung complexion nung unang na-file tong impeachment sa ngayon. Dahil nga dito sa sumabog na flood control scandal at yung mga testimonya na nagtuturo mismo sa Pangulo at kahit na paulit-ulit itong itanggi ng Malacanang, hindi natin mayaalis na yung accountability at saka yung liability is nasa kanila talaga. And so what I'm trying to say is that ito kasing itong impeachment na final sa kanya about the 125 million confidential funds. Niliwanag na naman to ng COA, hindi ko nga lang maintindihan kung makitid ba talaga ang pag-iisip nila o ayaw lang talaga nilang i-absorb yung binabanggit ng COA regarding the notices of what do you call this, yung hindi nga yung sinasabi na paper issue lang naman yung binabanggit doon talaga ng COA, and that the office of the Vice President was actually given a very good standing for 3 consecutive years, and kung talagang magfa-file ang COA na talaga nakita nila na may irregularity, then they could have done that a long time ago, but they did not, so mutin academic na talagang yung sinasabi nilang confidential funds na to, kung talagang meron man siguro mahalaga na yung COA mismo ang nag-flag sa ating ikalawang Pangulo. Pangalawa, ito naman ay kayang-kayang sagutin ng legal team ng ating Vice President if in case the impeachment will proceed. So what I'm trying to say right now is that, like I said, the complexity is totally different. Kasi ngayon, yung 125 million is being dwarfed by the billions and billions of pesos, even trillions in total. And we're only talking about the flood control of a particular department. What if isama pa natin dito yung iba't iba pong mga issues na hindi maipaliwanag ng ating gobyerno, like yung gold na kung ilang tonelada na binenta, hindi natin alam kung saan napunta. Yung Maharlika Investment Fund, hindi natin alam kung saan nasaan na. Yung ating galaw na ekonomiya ngayon is really in a very very bad shape. Hindi rin nila magawa ng solution collusion, and lahat ng ito, na nangyayari ngayon, especially the corruption, the scandal, lahat ng ito kasi ang balik ay sa Malacanang talaga, no? It's really geared towards the president. So whatever attack they may be having on the vice president at the moment, I think kumbaga ilang beses yung balik sa kanila, kasi nga yung gravity tsaka yung magnitude ng issue na meron tayo ngayon. So if you're asking me kung ito ba ay tatangkilikin pa ng taong bayan, siguro parang ang attention ang focus ng mga kababayan natin ngayon is really to know the mastermind and the culprits behind the billions of pesos stolen, especially dito sa flood control na scandal na to, at hindi na tong 125 million confidential funds ng ating ikalimang Pangulo, no? Kumbaga parang naumay na sila dito sa issue na to, and I think they want to move on from this issue to the bigger picture, which is of course the flood control scandal, which I believe the President and Malacanang really has a direct handover.